Imagine enjoying the flavor of rich, savory, delicious cherry tomatoes in December. It's August right now and my cherry tomato plants are producing prolifically. And I'm going to show you a really easy, simple way to preserve them. It's a traditional Italian method that only takes a few minutes of prep time and it keeps for several months. And we're going to slow roast them and preserve them under olive oil. It doesn't require any special canning equipment and it is so easy to do. If we haven't met yet, my name is Lisa, and every now and again I like to share recipes from the southern Italian region of Calabria, where my family is from. So let's get started. Today I'm going to show you a simple traditional Italian method to preserve your cherry tomatoes. Now my garden is bursting right now with cherry tomatoes, but you can do this with store-bought tomatoes as well. And this method is easy and brings out the savory, delicious flavor of the tomatoes, and it doesn't require any special equipment whatsoever, and it preserves for 3 to 4 months in the fridge. You can use this on top of bruschetta, crostini, you can mix it into pasta, you can mix it into stews. If you have a jar of these delicious tomatoes, you have the beginnings of an incredible meal. Now I'm just taking my cherry tomatoes and cutting them in half. And I have some of these larger San Marzano tomatoes as well, and I'm going to cut those in half as well. You can use a larger tomato for this recipe too. You just want to maybe cut it into quarters so that the pieces aren't too big. So now I'm just going to cut up the rest of these and I'll show you what we do next. It is so easy. So now I've cut up all of my tomatoes, and here I have a baking pan lined with a sheet of parchment, and we're just going to take our tomatoes and put it on the baking pan. When your tomatoes are all spread out on a single layer, you want to take about a teaspoon or so of salt and sprinkle it over the tomatoes. Also add some pepper. I also have a few sprigs of fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh, that's fine. You can use dried, that's good, or you can also use a little bit of rosemary. Lastly, we're going to take some olive oil and put that over the top. And that's all there is to it. Now we're going to roast these low and slow in the oven at 250 degrees for 3 hours. So I've just taken it out of the oven after 3 hours, and this is what it looks like. And we're just gonna let this cool to room temperature, and I'll show you how we jar it up. So I put some of our tomatoes here and they've cooled down to room temperature. And here I just have a clean mason jar. You just want to make sure you've washed it out well and dried it out so that there's no moisture in it. And now we're just going to take our tomatoes and fill the jar. And when you've filled your jar, you just take some olive oil and pour that right over the top so that all of the tomatoes are covered. I wish you could smell this right now because it smells absolutely amazing. Now that these are covered in olive oil, you just take a clean lid and your ring and just cover it up. And this will stay good in the fridge for 3 to 4 months. And then when you want to use it, you can take a scoop or two, add it to soups, or put it on bruschetta. It would be absolutely fabulous. Just make sure that you cover it again with more olive oil so that it will preserve nicely. Just look at how gorgeous this is. And now you have beautiful cherry tomato preserves, perfect for using on bruschetta or fall soups. A perfect way to preserve summer. So as you can see, this is a super easy way to preserve your either homegrown or store-bought cherry tomatoes. I sure do appreciate you spending a few minutes of your day with me. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you in the next one.